Not sure what to include before chapter 1 when formatting your book? The front matter of your book sets the tone and protects your rights, so let's get into it. Hi, my name is Jennifer Gregson. I am a young adult author and professional formatter who is here every Friday to give you a little insight into the indie publishing world. Most indie authors are really surprised by how many things need to come in your book before you hit chapter 1. Everything before you start chapter 1 is called front matter. Next week we're going to talk about back matter, but today front matter. So you're going to want to include things like your copyright page. Copyright pages protect your rights. They make sure that you are claiming that your book is yours and yours alone. Now you can Google search indie author copyright pages. There are a couple of different templates you can follow, and then you just plug in your information. I'm going to show you mine. As you can see from my information, it includes the date of publishing, my business information. If you run a publishing company, like if you have established yourself as an LLC or sole proprietorship, you will put that information in. If you have bought an ISBN number instead of getting one from the bookstore companies, that will go in there. I like to also mention that it was edited by certain people, or if the cover designed was by somebody, I always put that in the copyright as well. That is personal preference. I have recently started adding in that my book cannot be used to train AI. I have found that wording and I just started using that. So Google search, look around. If you are nervous, you can speak to a lawyer or law professional. But most indie authors, I think we just Google and it works. I've used this for all 3 books. Another thing that goes in the front matter is the title page. Now, a lot of this front matter stuff isn't always in the ebook version. A title page is usually only in the paperback, but I have seen ebooks that have them. It literally can be as simple as just a black and white version of your cover, like that image, or it can just be really, really simple and just be the title, subtitle if you're writing nonfiction, and your name. And then if you do run a publishing company, they usually put the logo there as well. I have seen very, very ornate ones. I've seen very simple ones. Like I said, some people just put the cover. Totally up to you, but usually there is a cover page in a paperback, sometimes in an ebook. Then you're going to have the dedication. This is optional, but if you are dedicating your book to someone, I have dedicated my book to my late sister. I have dedicated books to my mother, my dad, my husband. I asked my son if he wanted me to dedicate one to him, and he just kind of shrugged. He's a teenager, but we'll see. But if you are dedicating your book to someone, this is where you will put that. If you have any kind of epilogues, introductions, especially if a nonfiction book, that will come before chapter 1. And of course, the table of contents. Now, most formatting software will create a table of contents for you, and it's going to look slightly different depending on paperback versus ebook. Ebook is going to be one where that is very clickable, and paperback is just going to look really, really nice. And you can determine if you're writing like nonfiction and you have a lot of subheadings with, things underneath it, you can determine how you want that to look. But all of that comes before chapter 1. And then sometimes, this is very personal preference. I have heard people put this in the front or the back, is your author bio with picture. I personally do that in the back matter, so I'm going to talk more about that next week. You can also put a little teaser, a little ask to join your newsletter. Again, I put that in the back. Personal preference, depending on how you want to deal with that. Because the front pages are going to be what shows up in most bookstores when you do the peek inside feature. And so some people are like, oh, I want them to join my newsletter. So if they see it from there, they'll join. And some people, myself included, want them to buy the book and read it first. So it just depends on how you want to handle things. I've seen people do both, maybe a very simple page in the front and then a more involved ask at the back. But I'm going to talk about that more in the back matter. But you can add it in the front with a link to join your newsletter. Those are the most common things that authors need to think about before they start formatting their book for publication. If you have anything else that you like to add, let me know in the comments below, because I'm always willing to learn new things. I'm always willing to see what else is out there. And let me know what you do for your sort of newsletter ask or your author bio. Let me know which one you like to do. If this is super confusing, I have a free gift for you. I have a checklist of all the things that you need to think about before you format. So grab that link in the description box below and go through it. It's just a very, very simple checklist of things for you to think about. And let me know if you have any questions. I make videos every Friday, and I will see you next week. Keep writing.